Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you what my top recommendations are for like boss lady scents. Like I got you guys, like I totally got what you meant when you were like, can you do a boss lady fragrances? I get it. Like I know what fragrances you want me to recommend to you right now. I put together an epic list. We have 12 fragrances here because you know I can't do 10. I'm doing 12. So these are my 12 recommendations for like boss lady fragrances, which I don't really know how to explain a boss lady, but if you know, you know. Like it's a woman who's like on the go, she grinds, like she grinds. She doesn't rest, she's not soft, she just works her ass off to get that shmoney. So I like to think of myself as a bit of a boss lady, so some of these fragrances are like my favorites, which I'm excited to talk about them all. Do not let a man try and look after you. Women, look after yourselves, take care of yourselves, build it for yourself. I'm very into like, oh, I've been watching this girl, I'm gonna link her down below. I love her videos. She is amazing, like her inspirational talk. She's like this beautiful African American girl and she gives the most like inspirational, like she makes me feel literally like I never need a man in my life, like ever. So I'm gonna link her down below, but she's epic and I feel like these would be fragrances that I would pick for her, like 100%. And for me myself, like I said, I would consider myself quite a boss lady. Like I'm not very soft. I don't feel like why am I going on a tangent right now? I'm sorry, let's just get into this list. 8, 9, 10, oh, I only have 11. So, oh, well, there we go. Almost made it to 10. So starting out with my honorable mention, I guess you could say, is Narciso Rodriguez For Her. This one has been around for quite a while, but it's still a fragrance that I recommend nowadays because it doesn't smell dated or anything like that. It definitely doesn't smell dated. It's a beautiful modern fragrance. Like to me, if I had to put like a title to this fragrance, this is the modern day working woman. It's very musky, it's quite peppery, a little bit floral, a little bit sweet. I heard somebody describe it as like massage oil, like a very luxurious massage oil, and I would say that's kind of accurate. This is the one that I recommend personally for that for that working woman. Okay, so my number 10 is a little bit of an acquired fragrance. Like I guarantee this right now, if most of you girls went out and smelled this fragrance, you would not like it. But I personally love it because I don't have anything like this in my collection, and that's I think why I love it so much. I don't wear it often, don't get me wrong, I don't wear this often, but this is a boss ass fragrance. This is from Frederic Malle. And this fragrance is called Superstitious. This fragrance is so crazy unique that like I literally haven't got, like I said, anything like this in my collection. This is very, very aldehydic. If you don't know what aldehydes smell like, they can smell very different depending on how they've been like kind of utilized in a fragrance. For instance, Chanel No. 5s are very clean, soapy, powdery kind of aldehydes. These are very cold. They're very, very big. Like this is a very big aldehydic fragrance with a lot of jasmine. I definitely smell jasmine in here. You need like literally 2 sprays of this and you are set. But if I had to say what a boss would smell like Miranda Priestley or something like that, she would smell like this. Like this is cold, it's distant, it's not a fragrance that makes you feel emotional and warm and soft. No, no, no. This is for a boss that wears Chanel, like head to toe in Chanel. So Superstitious from Frederic Malle. I'm actually going to wear this one on my birthday, even though my birthday is not till June. I've already decided that this is the fragrance that I want to wear because it's just magnificent. It reminds me of Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, walking on a red carpet in a beautiful gown. So coming in at my number 9 is from Tom Ford. We always need a little Tom Ford in our list. So the fragrance that I chose is Noir de Noir from Tom Ford. Roses and chocolate. Roses, wine, and dark chocolate. That is literally this fragrance in a bottle. It is so beautiful. Like this fragrance is decadent. It is rich. It is strong. It's very strong. It's very beautiful. It's very, like I said, roses, dark chocolate, and wine. Very dark, a little bit gothic. It's not for the wallflower. Let's just say that. This fragrance is definitely not for the feminine wallflower. This is for somebody a little bit more like got a little bit more mystery to her. So Noir de Noir from Tom Ford, definitely a boss fragrance. It's funny, like when I was putting this list together, I realized how many of these fragrances contain rose. Like literally almost every single one contains rose. So I guess I kind of feel like rose is a very boss fragrance note. What? The next fragrance here, this one again is going to be more of an acquired one, but I highly recommend that you girls go and check it out. If you like boss fragrances, if you like fragrances that are, you know, not typically feminine or floral or anything like that, please check out this fragrance. Now this is from Nasomato and this is Black Afghano. Now if you're in the fragrance community, you know that this fragrance features a note of cannabis, so it's supposed to smell like weed and money, and it really does, but in the best way possible. This really does smell good, and I hate to say that because it really does smell good. It's not too smoky. Don't worry if you're scared that it's gonna smell like you're literally burning a joint. It's not gonna smell like that at all. It's got a little bit of a greenness to it. There's definitely a little hint of sweetness in here, which kind of is what makes me want to wear this fragrance, because there's a bit of a sweetness that makes you, like, draws you in. It's a little bit smoky. There's definitely a smokiness there. A little bit resinous as well. And there's definitely oud in here. Like, you can definitely smell the oud, but like I said, you've got to go and try this one, girls. Like, you really do. I know a lot of women that love wearing Black Afghano, including myself. I have to wear it in the right situation though, otherwise I'll just feel a little bit out of place. So for me, it's like a very dressed up fragrance or a very like high class event sort of fragrance. Oud, smoky, green, a bit sweet. You've really got to go and try this one. It does smell very good, surprisingly enough. I know this fragrance is a little bit controversial, but you got to go and smell it for yourself, because in my opinion it actually smells good. It's a wearable way to smell like weed. 7. My number 7 is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. Now I love this fragrance. This is definitely to me like a boss fragrance. Like I think it's, you know, a rich boss who maybe likes her sweeter scents, because this is definitely sweet and this is easily the sweetest fragrance in this list. To me, Baccarat Rouge smells like spun sugar. It's very sugary, it's very sweet, but it's not sickly or synthetic or cakey or vanillic. Like, it's not anything like that. There is a beautiful kind of airiness to this fragrance, a bit of, like I said, spun sugar, so it's very light and bouncy and airy, which I absolutely love about it. But to me, this is a boss fragrance. Like, if I was a boss, this is definitely something that I would wear. Francis Kurkdjian, you did it. You did that. This is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. Definitely for the woman who wants to smell like a boss but also still loves her sweet fragrances. This is definitely the one. Okay, so next up is one of my personal favorites from the list. This is Christian Dior's Gris Dior. This used to be called Gris Montaigne, now it's called Gris Dior. This replaced my old love, Chanel's Coco Noir. I still love Coco Noir. I'll always love Coco Noir, but Gris Dior definitely replaced it. They are both rose patchouli scents, but Gris Dior is a little bit more fresh, a little bit more summery. It smells a little bit more like French vibes. Something about this fragrance that just reminds me of Europe. And I've never been to Europe, but it just reminds me of that, like sailing on a yacht in Europe, and that's what I feel like whenever I wear Gris Dior. Like I said, it is a rose patchouli scent, but they're very different. This one's a lot more transparent, a lot more watery, a lot more, I don't know, I just like this one a little bit more. I have to be honest, I do prefer it over Coco Noir now, but I absolutely love this fragrance. Like I said, rose, patchouli, it's also got oak moss in here. It definitely has some elements that make you go like, is that a fragrance that was made like in the 90s? But it isn't, because it also has a modern twist to it, like a modern vibe to this fragrance. It's like a vintage fragrance with a modern twist, and I absolutely love it. And I would not tell you guys this if I didn't mean it. This one gets me a lot of compliments when I wear it. I get highly complimented whenever I wear Gris Dior. So definitely a boss lady scent. Definitely when I wear it, I feel quite like, don't mess with me. 5. We needed a tobacco. You best believe we needed tobacco in this list, because if something screams boss, it's tobacco. This one is Serge Lutens Chergui. This one is easily one of my favorite tobacco scents ever. I think it is so beautiful, and it definitely, to me, like whenever I wear this, I definitely feel like a boss. I feel very powerful. I feel strong. Powdery, sweet. It's very sweet. It's definitely a sweet fragrance. honey and tobacco, but it's definitely got a powderiness to it. So if you don't like powdery scents, this one is not for you, because it definitely has a powderiness to it. It almost smells like a baking, like a cake of some sort, like a spicy pumpkin spice sort of cake in the oven, if that makes any sense. But it doesn't smell like pumpkin, don't worry. But it definitely gives me that kind of fall vibe, and I absolutely love it. So I bet you're wondering, where are the Chanels? All hail Chanel. Chanel is definitely, like, if there is a brand that screams strong, independent woman, boss lady, it is Chanel, easily. And the fragrance that I chose, you guys know I own quite a few Chanels, but this is the one that I chose as my boss lady scent. This is Coco Eau de Parfum from Chanel. Love this one so much. Powdery, balsamic, ambery, sweet. It is classic, it's timeless, it's elegant, it's just so beautiful. Like, I can't even explain it. I'm definitely having a love affair with Coco right now, and it's a boss lady scent. Easily is a boss lady sort of fragrance. It's like a don't mess with me, don't touch me, don't. Definitely a boss lady scent. It's not going to be for everyone, like I said. I really think Chanel is quite an acquired taste. Like, you really have to either grow into Chanel scents, or maybe you're just kind of grown up with them so you love them. Not everyone likes Chanel. I know most girls my age, I'm 20, do not like Chanel fragrances. I personally have grown to love them, and Coco is definitely one of my personal favorites. Chanel number 5 could have also made this list, but I personally am not the biggest fan of number 5. I prefer Coco. I'm a Coco girl all the way. Alrighty, so my number 3, I know so many of you girls watching this right now are going to love this fragrance. Like, I just know it, so I really want you girls to go out and smell it. This is another one from the Christian Dior private line, amazing Christian Dior. This is Ombre Nuit. Speechless. I usually put this one in my men's list, which doesn't mean that it smells masculine. To me, this is one of the most perfectly unisex fragrances that I've ever smelled, and that is in my collection. This is one of the most perfect fragrances that I've smelled in my entire life. It is rose, it is ambergris, but it smells to me, if I had to put it like down like to you guys in a simple way, it's got quite a Coca-Cola-y sort of Dr. Pepper smell to it, but very light, not too syrupy, not too thick, nothing like that. This is very light and sparkling, and it just kind of dances on your skin. I know I'm kind of going a little crazy right now, but it is so beautiful, and I know, like I said, so many of you girls would love this one. Do spray it on your skin. Don't test this one on a paper strip. Spray it on your skin and let it kind of come to you in a way. So Ombre Nuit from Christian Dior, it is a boss lady scent for sure. I feel like this is for the boss that's a little bit softer. She's a little bit nice. She's a little bit soft, whereas Coco is seriously like, do not touch me, do not talk to me. I don't want to hear it. But Ombre Nuit is a little bit, like I said, a little bit more softer, a little bit sweeter. She's a little bit more nice as a boss. Okay, so my number 2. My number 2 is from Giorgio Armani, and this one is from the Privé collection, and it is Rose d'Arabie. This is a boss. Like, I'm not joking, guys. This fragrance is absolutely stunning. It is a rose oud combination, but I would easily say that this is one of my favorite rose oud combinations that I own. You guys know I love oud bouquet. That's when I want to smell sweet and delicious, whereas Rose d'Arabie is when I want to smell expensive, I want to smell classy, I want to smell untouchable. That's when I wear Rose d'Arabie. It's rose, it's vanilla, I think there's saffron or patchouli, something like that, and there's also oud in here, but it's a beautifully made fragrance. Like, I have to say that this is easily one of the best rose oud combinations that I've smelled. I love it so much, and like I said, it's a really like don't touch me sort of vibe. It kind of gives me a little bit of the similar like vibe to Noir de Noir, like the rose, the wine, the chocolate, kind of going along those lines. But I have to be honest, like I think I love Rose d'Arabie a little bit more. So amazing fragrance, amazing scent, very expensive, very bossy, get on it. Okay, and then my number 1. What do you guys think my number 1 is? We're missing a brand in this video that I talk about all the time. Can you guess what it is? Obviously, we needed to include a girl on, and my best recommendation for a boss lady fragrance is this beauty. This is Guerlain's Rose Baba. And this fragrance to me screams boss lady. Like this just to me, Miranda Priestly out of Devil Wears Prada. Like this is what she would wear. Like this is a boss fragrance if I've ever smelled one. It is rose, it is honey, it is aldehydic. It is just absolutely gorgeous. There's also almost like a little bit of a sourness to this fragrance. Like I definitely get a powderiness, a little bit of a sourness, a little bit of a sweetness. You do smell the rose, you do smell the aldehydes, which I love, but I have to say, this is aldehydic. This is a bomb of aldehydes. The aldehydes in here are a little bit more toned down, a little bit more controlled. If I wanted to scare everyone in my office, this is a fragrance that I would wear. This means business, but it's still beautiful. Like it really is beautiful, but in a very untouchable kind of way. So Rose Baba from Guerlain, easily one of my favorite fragrances at the moment, and definitely a boss scent. So that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was really highly requested. So many of you wanted to see like alpha woman sort of fragrances, which I thought was really funny, and I'm glad that I could put the list together because it was actually really fun. So thank you girls so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.